Connor Hayes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The purpose of this place is, of course, to make laws, to amend them, and sometimes, if in the opposition, that is, to stop laws being made. But it has another purpose, and that purpose is to hold those with power to account. And we do that as individual constituency MPs all the time, do we not? Taking up cases on behalf of individuals. But this case not only affects the WASPI women in my constituency, I take it up for all the WASPI women, inspired by the leadership of the Honourable Member, my friend, the Honourable Member for Salford, and others across this House. For it is unusual in this place for government members of Parliament, Labour MPs, the official opposition, Conservatives, the Liberal Democrats, the SNP, the DUP, Plaid Cymru, to all come together in common cause. And, Madam Deputy Speaker, that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes that we recognise that these women were unjustly treated. And it's not just our recognition that counts. The Ombudsman recognised exactly that. When an Ombudsman says, we find maladministration in DWP's communication about the 1995 Pension Act resulting in complainants' lasting opportunities to make informed decisions about some things, do some things differently, diminish their sense of personal autonomy and financial control, and that's just one of their findings. For throughout that Rumbles report, maladministration, inappropriate communications, the failure to deal with complaints punctuate the Ombudsman's findings, and for a government not to respond to the Ombudsman is frankly unacceptable. So in making this case, we are speaking not solely about the particularities of the WASPI women. We're speaking... I will happily give way.
I thank my right honourable friend for giving way. Would he agree with me that taking this step to ignore the findings of an ombudsman sets a really dangerous precedent that could then be exploited by companies privately, but also government departments?
I do agree with that. And it was a case powerfully made by the Honourable Lady from Salford, that this is very much about the relationship between the Ombudsman and government, and this House and government. And that connection between independent scrutiny by the Ombudsman and our ability as a House to hold the government to account does lie at the heart of this, and that was exactly what I was about to say. So it is about the WASPI women, it's about something still more profound. And I hope the Minister will recognise that in the decisions that he takes, he will set an important precedent, a precedent which affects exactly those kind of relationships. Now, I will reveal to the House what the Minister already knows, and that is that when this matter was considered by ministers, a submission would have come forward from officials. And I have no doubt at all it would offer several options. Option A might have been to satisfy the WASPI women in full. Option B might have come to a partial settlement that they perhaps would have accepted. Option C would have been to do nothing. And the government chose, despite all the pledges and opposition by the Deputy Prime Minister, the Work and Pensions Secretary, the Prime Minister himself, to take that final option of doing nothing. I find that very surprising, because had a partial settlement been offered, I suspect, knowing how reasonable the campaigners are, they might well have met the government halfway. They might have understood that the cost was substantial and that they had to compromise to some degree. Except for this, let's just explode one myth, that all of these women are privileged and advantaged. Many were not. Many, when they faced a longer period before they could retire, were in ill health. Many had caring responsibilities. Many were hard up. So in campaigning for these women, and mindful of those disadvantages, we are speaking for people that otherwise would be powerless. And I say to the Minister, it's not too late to get this right. For the WASPI women have a just cause. And surely In the name of decency, as well as the name of good democracy, justice must be done.
Yeah,